Hi there. I've been asked, how long will my supervision last? The answer is I can't really tell. It's probably going to be based on the order that you got in court. I'm Jim Kraayeveld, lead attorney and founder at Kraayeveld Family Law. And when it comes to that question, you've got to start with, what does your court order say? If you're the parent that's been ordered to have supervised parenting time, hopefully you had a good attorney who can tell you, this is what you have to do. These are your next steps. This is how long it's going to last. And this is what you need to do to get it set aside. Typically, if you're the parent asking for the supervision because you have concerns about the other parent, you want it to last as long as possible. And if you're the person being ordered to have supervised parenting time, you might be frustrated. There might not be a good reason for it, and you might want it to be done as quickly as possible. What I've noticed is that there are typically three different scenarios where you've got people getting supervised parenting time. First is you've got some kind of CPS investigation or a criminal investigation, and judges will often want to err on the side of caution and say, we're going to have supervised parenting time until the investigation is done. Because of CPS, after its 4, 6, 8, 12 weeks of investigation says, there's not a concern here, you're probably going to go back to normal. There's a criminal investigation. What's it for? Was it drunk driving? Are you getting AA? Are you sober? Is that under control? Are you on probation? The court will look at that. The second issue is, well, if you've got an anger problem or an excessive alcohol problem, that might require extensive counseling. It may require therapy. And the court's going to look at, are you doing what it's going to take so that the court doesn't have concerns that the children are at risk? The third issue can be where you've got a parent who's being neglectful. They don't have housing, they don't have a job, they don't have a car, they're not bringing their kids to school, and there's some really long-term neglect issues. That can last for months, could last beyond a year. I've had cases that have had supervision for more than a year. We've had some cases where it's 4 to 6 weeks, and urgency leaves. Sometimes you've got parents making false accusations because they don't want the other parent to have parenting time. Well, typically within a couple months, you can prove that that's the case. There was no real cause for alarm, and it gets set aside, and you go back to your regular parenting time plan. But if you don't have a clear order, what you're expected to do and what it's going to take to get out of this supervision requirement, you need to hire an attorney. Yes, there are people that represent themselves. The court orders supervision. Parents are shocked. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to ask. But you can't keep going back to court. And that's where you need to have a good attorney. Someone that's got experience with these issues can say, all right, we need to find out what the game plan is going to be. Let's have a strategy. Figure out, what does the court require? How are we going to do it? Do a lot of work behind the scenes and get set where you can bring one motion when you're ready to bring it to convince a judge there's no cause for concern. I don't have a neglect issue. I have housing. I have a car. I have a job, or I've gotten counseling. My counselor says that I have everything under control. I don't have an anger management problem. I don't have an alcoholism problem. Whatever the case may be, that you can show that you've addressed it and you're ready to take care of your kids in a regular setting like you had before this order got put in place. Or if it's CPS or criminal, maybe that's been resolved, it's been dismissed, everything is okay. But that's what you need to be able to show if you're going to go back to court. Don't go after 3-4 weeks and say, I would like this lifted, when you don't have a reason for it. You do that 2-3 times, and a judge will get in the habit of saying no to you, even if after 6 months, there's really no good reason for the order to be in place. So, if you have questions, if you need help, feel free to contact our team. We can always help you. Thank you. Until next time.